Hello everybody, my name is Doc Jing Ruder. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and certified dementia practitioner. Welcome to Just Upright. If you are new here to my channel, I have playlists on how to become physical therapist, useful videos for older adults about health and being safe at home, PT documentation, and other videos that might be useful for you. So check them out. Also, if you haven't been to our website, JustUprightTherapy.com, the link is down below. We also have a store there with tried and tested products that we use as a family, and some for kids and for older adults. I have equipments there that I recommend for my patients. So today I'm going to discuss and guide you through the process of application to California. I receive a lot of emails or messages from the messenger on how to apply to California. So first things first, and we're going to discuss it as we go along. If you are in the other country, you don't have a working visa or immigrant visa, and you don't have social security number, you cannot start as your practice as physical therapist in California. This is because one of the requirements in California is to have a social security number. Okay, so if you don't have a social security number, then you cannot apply to the state of California to start your US practice as a physical therapist. So when can you apply to California? If, for example, you're an immigrant here or a US citizen, and I've known some people who did this, they're half Filipino, half American. They went to the Philippines to get their education, came back here. So they have the existing social security numbers. They were able to apply to California. But if you are a foreign trained or foreign educated physical therapist, they require you to have a 9-month clinical practice, or it's a supervised, it's like internship, if you may, as part of the requirement before you can get your license. Now, another instance in which you can apply in California is that if you're already licensed in another state, let's say you're licensed in New York, and you practice for 9 months or more, then you can endorse or transfer your license to California, and they will waive that requirement to have a 9-month supervised clinical practice in the state of California. Okay, so let's dive in. So if you Google how to apply as physical therapist in California, you can see here PTBC or PT Physical Therapy Board of California. Okay, .ca.gov. This is their official website. You click that and it will take you to this page. Okay, so for foreign educated physical therapists, you have to click this one, graduate of non-CAPTE accredited program located outside the US. This page is extremely important for you to read and go through if you are going to apply in California. So especially this one, look at this. Top. Prior to completing the application, answer the following questions. Do you have a US Social Security number? If no, do not proceed with submitting an application to the PTBC. Okay? Be advised that an individual tax identification number or ITIN issued by the IRS or the alternate identification number issued by FSPPT cannot be issued in lieu of an SSN. But if you are a total foreign educated physical therapist with no working, no immigrant visa, no social security, California is not the state that you can start your practice here in the US. Okay, another important question. Have you had your credentials evaluated, approved by evaluation service? If no, do not proceed with submitting an application to the PTBC. So what does this mean? This means that you have to finish your FCCPT first before you apply to California. But when you apply to FCCPT, indicate there that you want them to submit the credentialing report to the state of California. But you have to finish the FCCPT first. So it's a totally different ball game in California. You have to finish the FCCPT first before you apply to the state of California. Have you received the certificate of professional degree equivalency from the evaluation service? So the certificate will be given to you by the credentialing agency, may it be FCCPT, ICD, IERF. You will receive that. If you haven't received that, do not apply to California. Have you passed TOEFL exam as provided by ETS? If no, do not proceed with submitting an application to PTBC. So meaning, these are the vital requirements before you can start your application in California. You have to have a social security number. You have to have the evaluation service completed with the certificate of professional degree of equivalency, and you have to have passed the TOEFL examination. Okay, and they just go to read here or tell you that application is costly, and if it is incomplete, they will close it and you will be asked to pay another application fee if your documents or requirements are incomplete. Okay, so the PTBC will acknowledge receipt of your application within 30 days. Once all deficiencies in your application are satisfied and your scores are received, a license is generally issued in 45 days. Okay, due to large volume of applications, please do not contact PTBC during this period. Staff is unable to check on your status, on the status of your application. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Fee schedule, let's click on that. So with the fee schedule, as you can see, you just have to fill this out, your name, your address, your social security, and then they're asking if you have ever had a license in California and you have previous name. As you can see, the fee is a total of $349, so it's not cheap to apply in California. Make sure your check or money order payable to PTBC and paperclip your check to the fee schedule. Okay, stop. Have you submitted the correct fee payments? Your application will be returned if incorrect fee payment are submitted. Okay, so this you just have to fill out the top portion, not the bottom part. Application for licensure. If you're applying to California, this is the form. You have the first section is the personal information. Fill that out. The address. They have military questions. This is about the immigrant visa. Application type, check the physical therapist. For education, you have to check this. Okay, graduate of non-accredited program located outside of the US, and then you have to complete 6B here. Okay, and then the examinations, have you previously taken NPTE in California? Did you fail? Okay, and then licensure information is here, background information. So identification, you need a 2x2 passport style, no, not older than 2 months or 60 days. And you have to fill this information out, sign and date. So that is for the application form, and it's user-friendly. So the next one is fingerprinting information and forms. So this is just giving you the instruction on how to do your fingerprint. You have to download this form. Yeah, so you have to fill out that form, and then the explanation about the live scan. If you are familiar, this is what we call like biometrics. They're gonna get your fingerprints. Okay, and there is designated area where you can get this fingerprints. Okay, so this is the instruction for fingerprinting. So what makes an application complete? So this is just like a checklist. okay, for applying in California. For an educated graduate of non-accredited PT program, you should pay. Fee schedule is about the application fee. Application answer all questions, staple or paste pictures, sign and date in blue ink. Do not send a copy of your social security card. So remember, it's blue ink. They want it blue ink for some reason. Certificate of professional degree must remain a sealed and open envelope from an approved evaluation service. Complete agency copy of live scan form. So this is your fingerprint card. For out-of-state applicants, you must request a fingerprint card by emailing your full name and address to this email address. And if you require reasonable accommodations for examination, completed disability accommodation request form must be completed. Okay, so these are like a checklist. Additional verification application documents required by applying by endorsement. If you're from another state and you're going to apply to California, you need verification of all current or expired PT licenses, the score transfer report from FSP-PT, resume of work experience, and the work verification form from your employer verifying your experience as a physical therapist in that specific state. Okay, so let's go into the education and credential evaluation report requirements. Let's read this. The satisfactory evidence to the PTBC that he or she has completed an equivalent professional degree to that issued by the U.S. accredited physical therapy educational program. The PTBC requires certification of educational equivalency from an approved credential evaluation agency. It means you need to have credentialing, and we'll get to the credentialing agencies later. So you have to pass the TOEFL, minimum passing score for California. The reading is 22, listening is 21, writing is 22, speaking is 24, a total of 89. Okay? PTBC does not permit substitution of other examinations for the TOEFL. So they only accept the TOEFL examination. So credential evaluation report requirements. Contact an approved credential evaluation service below to have your credentials evaluated. Okay, if your education is equivalent, the evaluation service sends you a certificate of professional degree equivalency that indicates that you have met the equivalent professional degree. Applicants are required to submit the certificate professional degree equivalency in a sealed and open envelope with the application. So when you receive this certificate from any of the approved evaluation services below, do not open it. Okay, do not open it. So you have to keep it unopened and you have to submit it with the application form that we have seen previously. Application received without the certificate professional degree will be considered incomplete. Okay, so PTBC is required to inform an applicant within 30 days whether the application is complete. If you receive credential evaluation report which identifies educational deficiencies, this credential evaluation report is for your use only and do not qualify to apply. Therefore, do not submit application for licensure until you have satisfied the deficiencies. This is very important. Do not submit the application for licensure until you have satisfied the deficiencies. So if, for example, FCCPT told you that you have deficient subjects, you cannot start your application to California. Okay, you have to complete all the requirements, all the subjects, all the deficiencies completed before you can start your application in California. Do not submit the credential evaluation report that identifies your deficiencies to PTBC. The PTBC does not advise applicants about educational deficiencies listed on the evaluation. You will need to contact the evaluation services that evaluated your credentials to obtain information on how to satisfy your deficiencies. Okay. So that is very clear and that is in red ink. So that is extremely important for you to remember. So suppose that you are here in the US, you have an immigrant visa, or you are a US citizen. You don't need, as I previously discussed in my other videos, you do not need type 1 review, because type 1 review is both credentialing and healthcare worker certificate. The healthcare worker certificate, if you can remember, is needed before any working or immigrant visa is issued. But if you're here in the US and you already have the immigrant visa, so you don't need that type 1 review. So you can just do the educational credential review, and that can be done through IERF, the FCCPT, or the ICD. Okay, and these are the important information: their address, their phone number, okay, where you can reach this evaluation services. Okay, each evaluation service has their own processing time and fee associated with evaluating credentials. The PTBC suggests that you contact each approved evaluation service to determine which evaluation service will meet your needs. So a lot of information there, guys. Are you still awake? So breathe in, breathe out, and there's more information to come. For an educated physical therapist, period of clinical service requirements, okay, the requirement is a 9-month period of clinical service after passing the NPTE. So most of the colleagues start in another state, and then if they have 9 months or more clinical experience, they transfer their license to California. So if you're going to transfer your license to California, applicants permanently licensed and working as full-time physical therapists in another state for at least 9 months, a waiver for further clinical service can be requested. Verification of completion of period of clinical service in another state is required. So the work verification form may be submitted with your application. So you have to click on that form, and it will take you to this work verification. Okay, so your information, the place of employment, the date of employment, the description of job duties, the supervisor's name, the title, phone number, license number, and supervisor of the applicant during specified dates of employment. So, and then you have to sign it and date it, and the supervisor have to sign it and date it. Very easy. Okay, so applicants permanently licensed and working as full-time physical therapists in another state for less than 9 months, the clinical service requirement will be reduced by 1 month for each month of permanent licensure in another state. The applicant's licensed clinical experience must be documented on the required work verification form. A complete work verification form may be submitted for each month with your application. Applicants permanently licensed in another state but do not have work experience must either work as full-time PT in the state they hold a license for 9 months and then submit work verification form, or locate a facility in California and perform 9-month period of clinical service as full-time PT license applicant. So I know there was a lot of information to take in. Replay this video and go back to the part that you need the most. But I always tell my viewers to go straight to the website of your concern. For example, you want California, go straight to California or the PT website for the latest updates, for the fee changes and requirements, so that you will be guided accordingly. This video is just to guide you for presentation purposes, demonstration purposes, on how to find what you need. And there might be difference between the recording of this video to the time that you watch this video. So make sure to check out their website. Okay, so just the key points. Okay, if you are starting from zero, you don't have an immigrant visa, you don't have social security, you cannot start as a foreign educated physical therapist in California, because one of their requirements is a social security number. So it's a different ball game if you already are immigrant or an American citizen with social security card, then you got your education from out of state, you came back here and you want to practice in California, then you can apply, but you have to have the clinical service, supervised clinical service. and you have to find the clinic that will provide that service. You cannot contact the PTBC about what clinic, and I think in their website they can guide you on how to find the clinic that will supervise you for that clinical service. Okay, so for those who wants to really practice in California, you can practice in another state, and if you have 9 months, at least 9 months of experience, they will waive the clinical service requirement, but you have to have that documentation that you have indeed that clinical experience of 9 months or more from another state that you practice in. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope I answered some of your questions. I hope this is useful for you. Let me know what else that you want to know so that I can make videos according to the need of my viewers. Please share this video and other videos of Just Upright Therapy so we can reach as many people as we can, so we can help them the best that we can. Thank you so much for watching and stay blessed. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button below to be updated with the latest video releases. Share this channel to other people you know who will benefit from Just Upright videos. Thank you again and stay blessed.